Hi everyone. Today I will talk about how to... Oh, it's okay? Okay, today I will talk about how to clone a biological agent solving a cognitive task. So first of all, which is the cognitive task we are talking about? We are talking about transitive inference task, which is a serial reasoning task. You have a sequence of symbols and you have a rank arbitrarily assigned to each symbol. And during the learning phase, you are trained only on nearest neighbors. So with the symbolic distance, which is the difference in rank among the symbols, equal to 1. And during the test phase, you have to generalize your knowledge on all the possible pairs of items. And which is our agent? In our case, the agent is a monkey, which is solving the task. And we have both the monkey behavior and the monkey neural activity recorded from premotor cortex. And now the question is, how can we clone this agent to learn how to solve this transitive inference task? So today I will present two possible clones, a behavioral clone and a neural activity clone. So the behavioral clone is a recurrent neural network to which I give as an input, a sensory input representing the two symbols presented to the animal. And I will ask this network to answer as an output the animal motor decisions. So move right, move left, depending on where is the target item. And if I look at the behavior of this clone on all the possible pairs, I see a behavior which is reproducing the main behavioral effect of the animal, which are a symbolic distance effect, so an increasing performance and decreasing reaction time, depending on task difficulty, which is modulated by this symbolic distance parameter. And this behavior is exactly fitting what the agent is doing during the task. So what can I earn from doing this clone of agent behavior? I can look at the linear readout of the decision, and we found an analytical formulation of this linear readout, which is ordering the premises depending on the symbolic distance. And so if I look into the network activity and into the animal neural activity, I will find a similar low-dimensional structure, which is ordering the premises depending on this task difficulty parameter. Now, what if I clone the animal neural activity instead of its behavior? So again, I have a recurrent neural network. Now it's a rate model. I give the multi-unit activity as an input, and I also give the sensory input as before. And now I ask the network to reproduce the multi-unit activity of the animal. I can give it as a feedback to the network to make it in a generative mode for the trials, and I will read out the animal behavior, so which is the choice that the animal is doing. And if I compare the trials generated by my clone and the trials made by the agent, I will see that in the principal component space, I can fit very well how the dynamics of the multi-unit activity is working. So if I focus on the decision readout of the real neural activity and of the simulated neural activity, I will find a similar property among the agent and the clone, which is the modulation of the motor decision depending, again, on this task difficulty parameter, which is the symbolic distance. Now, what we use these two clones for, so we wanted to investigate what's going on during the learning process of the agent. If I look at the learning compared to the beginning of the test and the end of the test, I can see that the behavior of the animal is leading to improving performances, and I want to see what's going on inside the behavioral clone, first of all. So I can see that the geometric mental line, which is the analytical formulation of the readout, is progressively aligning to the motor plan of the animal during the time course of the task, so during the learning process. And if I look at the inferred weights of my neural clone, I can compare how the symbols are encoded in this rate model and how the recurrent weights are encoded again along the time course of my experiment, so between the learning and the beginning of the test and the beginning of the test and the end of the test. And what is our hypothesis is the fact that what is changing in this network that is learning how to generalize in this task is how the symbols are encoded, and so how the input arrives to the dorsal premotor cortex and not how the decision is made. So in conclusion, I cloned the animal behavior, I cloned the neural activity, and I can give some hints about how the agent is learning how to do this task. And thank you to all the people that work on this project, and thank you for your attention.